Welcome back to Westlake's
Safety! We're back!
Let's talk about Waterways.
There's a lot of you here all wanting to do the same thing at the same time, so it gets really hectic out there. Like we said last week, you need to know the rules before you head out so that we avoid any incidents.
The number one point of friction with morning trainings is noise. The rule imposed by the council is that we can't train on the lake before 6 a.m. We ask that all members of the rowing community, including coaches, athletes and coxswains, keep their voice down, especially before 7:30 a.m. No coaching should take place in front of the residents' housing.
If you notice someone who is too loud too early, try and have a quiet and respectful word to them. Perhaps remind them what the time is. Preferably, all users of the lake would follow the noise restrictions to avoid the situation, as it can be quite uncomfortable to try and police one another.
Wherever possible, try and use walkie-talkies and ensure that you have a plan before heading out on the water. This will avoid the need for any excessive noise and chatter. Let's clear something up. Can you push off before 6 a.m?
Okay, yes, if you remain in the boating area and are completely silent. When the judges tower reads 6, you can then move into a lane and start training. It's really important that we get this right. Let's work together as a community so that we don't get our training times pushed back even further.
The traffic flow on the West Lakes Regatta course states that you must keep to the rower's bow side. Note that right-of-way is given to faster crews on the buoyed course, except for in lanes 0 and 9. In these lanes, you must give way to any craft in front of you. Therefore, if you're doing a continuous training piece, use lanes 1, 2 and 3 to travel south and lanes 5, 6, 7 and 8 to travel north.
As is the accepted overtaking rule on any course, when any crew gets within 50 metres of you, you must yield. That's 5 buoys or 3 8 lengths of clear water. Do this by either safely changing lanes or, if you're stuck, move into lane 4.
Lane 4 is the designated safety lane. That means no one should be rowing there. Only use lane 4 to avoid collisions, and if you do need to pull into lane 4 for safety reasons, you must remain stationary while you're there. This is what we call the causeway, and this is the back of the island. We will now talk about the causeway, as this area sees the most traffic, but the same giveaway rules apply to the narrow areas at the back of the island as well. In these areas, though they are not buoyed, we want you to think of them as having 3 lanes. The rule that we want you to implement is that there is no overtaking unless both oncoming lanes are clear. Therefore, you should not be doing side-by-side pieces down the causeway. We understand that overtakes need to happen, but this needs to happen safely. If you want to be doing side-by-side pieces, we recommend moving out onto the course.
Especially now that school rowing is back, the causeway can become a really hectic area. With no buoyed lines, it can be quite tough to navigate, so make sure you're taking a look around every 10 or so strokes.
If you get caught alongside another crew for too long, the slower crew should yield. It's okay to just take a few light strokes or stop rowing. It should be the priority of everyone to keep yourself and others safe above everything else.
Last season, new signs were installed on the road bridge to indicate which arch to use. Everyone must follow these signs, which show that you can only use the middle arch if you're travelling north, otherwise you must pass through the arch on your bow side. If you are doing a continuous training piece onto the course, we recommend coming through the centre arch and aiming for lanes 1, 2 or 3, not lane 0. This is so that turning crews can see that you will not be stopping to pull in and can wait for you.
If you see anyone on the wrong side of the causeway or about to collide, please call out. At some point, we've all been a bit inexperienced, so we really need to make sure that we're doing this in a kind and educating way rather than telling people off.
If you're coaching new or inexperienced crews, make sure that you choose your time wisely, that you're going to take them on the water, and don't send them down the causeway unless they have strong boat handling skills.
The northern basin extends from the PAC Scotch CBC boat shed corner all the way to Bower Road. If you are planning to row in this area at all, you must understand this circulation pattern. Firstly, this area is buoyed off for exclusive kayak, canoe and dragon boat access. Please do not row in this area. If you are heading out of the causeway towards Bower Road, you must first stay to the eastern side of the big pink buoy. Then, aim your boat to head between the 2 large power line signs. Once you are in this area, you must stay inside of these buoyed lines. You should only turn once you've passed the big pink buoy near Bower Road. Avoid getting too close to the outlet, as this is a suction point for the tide and rain flow. When you row back up to the course, stay close to the beach on the western side. This corner is a major merging zone. Please be aware that boats may be coming from the beach, from the back of the island or on the causeway. Everyone should be alert and cautious in this area to avoid collisions. Like cars pulling into main roads, crews that are boating from the beach and merging from around the back of the island need to give way to crews on the Causeway Bower Road route. Lastly, there are certain certain no-stop zones on the course. These are 50 metres either side of the bridges, which can be blind spots, and 50 metres either side of the pontoon on lane 0 and 9. Please keep these areas clear at all times.
You have to get 100% of your giveaways right to get your learners on the road, and therefore you should also get 100% of your giveaways right before getting on the water.
Everything that we've said today applies to training days at Westlake, so keep your eyes peeled for the racing video. Come on, give me something.
Stay safe out there, buddies.
Yes.